Hello, mis amores. I know we are maybe a week or two late with this video. We still have the whole year ahead of us, basically. January doesn't count. Sorry to all of you January babies. I have recently come across I guess it's an article, I'm not really sure it's an article, a landing page on Pinterest on which they predict trends for the new year, 2015, and obviously there were also trends regarding food. We are here to try them and see if they're worth trending. Or potentially trending, because these are just predictions and they don't always come true. Yes, that's the definition of a prediction. Even just in general, some of these predictions were a little bit out there. Let's start with the first food trend that they predict. Why is it so orange? Okay, the first prediction is that pickles are gonna be a huge thing, which, to be honest, on social media especially, I feel like pickles have been a thing. Maybe we've already moved past them, so I don't know about this one. We should still try some of the recipes that they suggest, because one sounds good, the other one sounds weird. What do they say? I mean, unfortunately I have the German version and they call it Gewürzgurken Extravaganza. I think it's called Pickle Fix. Who doesn't have them in their cupboard? Probably people who don't like pickles. They come up with different and new ideas apparently, and so for that reason our first recipe is going to be chocolate covered pickles. I don't know why you would ever do that and why you would come up with it, because like, why? But since we're here, I am willing to try. Obviously you need a couple of pickles. These are pre-sliced, or you can slice them yourself. I've dried the pickle slices with paper towels because that apparently will help the chocolate to stick, which also makes sense. Then I've placed them in a bowl and sprinkled over some sugar so that I can leave it in this bowl for about 15 minutes. It does say 1.5 cups of pickles to 1 tablespoon of sugar. I just kind of eyeballed it because obviously I used less. I only have 10 slices because I don't really see myself falling in love with this. Obviously we need chocolate to cover it with. I've chosen dark chocolate, and I think the recipe also suggests dark chocolate. So I'm just gonna put my chocolate into the microwave to melt it and then add a little bit of neutral oil. This is optional, but you can top it with some flaky sea salt or chili flakes or whatever you can think of. You can do what you want, because a pirate is free. Owie! Hot mug. Chocolate melted. Pickle ready. Let's dip. I think I need some parchment paper. This is still very juicy. I feel like it lost a lot of juice just standing there. In the recipe or on that website, they only dipped in half of the what's it called? Pickle! So I'm gonna do the same. Oh no. Whoopsies. Whoopsie made oopsie. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Oh, and I have to turn a guts into soup. Sea salt. Oh, do I also want to try it with chili flakes? Chili flakes on 2 of them. Now we wait for them to set in the fridge. All right, I think my pickles have set. Let's hope we're not in quite the pickle when we eat them. As it turns out, I don't think they have fully set. Now chocolate should be set. It's been in there for probably over half an hour because I like to procrastinate. Comes off in 1 piece. That's good. Obviously the chocolate is like not crunchy, but like hard. The pickle just seems so mushy. Anyway, I'm just gonna go for it. I chose one with salt. Okay. I think my pickles might be kind of spicy already, because I was like, where does the spice come from? Not that it's super spicy, but there's something that is spicy. So I'm also gonna try the one with the chili flakes right after. Guys, I really don't know what I think of this. In a way, it doesn't work at all. The textures are totally fine. Then also, it kind of does taste good. But then you remember it's a pickle and it's weird to eat that with chocolate, and then it becomes not so good anymore. I think I kind of just have to rewire my brain to tell me that this is okay to eat. Yeah, I don't like it with the salt on top though, because then it becomes super savory and I don't like that. Honestly guys, it's worth a try. I think there could be people that really love this. I don't think you will really hate it. So I think it's worth a shot to find your next cool snack that you can also serve at your dinner party that you probably won't host ever. And be like, try it. I dare you. And then everyone loves it. Maybe they'll love it. Surprise, we're actually gonna make 2 pickle recipes, just because the second one I really want to eat. Or I really wanted to eat when I looked for recipes for this video. But right now I'm actually kind of full. I still want to eat it, and it's just a dill pickle grilled cheese sandwich. Well, I've had a grilled cheese sandwich. I've never had it with dill pickle, so I want to have that. All you need is some sourdough bread. Yes, I've already eaten some of it. Don't comfort me, comfort me. Some dill. It might look a little bit dull. It doesn't really work, does it? A little bit dead. It's because I actually already bought that last week because I wanted to film this video last week. Here we've got some shredded Gouda. Even though the recipe suggests dill Havarti cheese. Never heard of it. Not sure you can find it in Germany, but also I didn't really try because the recipe also says you can just use Gouda. And then obviously some sliced dill pickles that again I'm kind of like pat drying with a paper towel. And lastly, some butter that has fallen onto the ground and therefore looks like that. Well, actually, it's supposed to be salted butter, so I'm just gonna add some salt. These are gonna be quite small sandwiches because my bread isn't that big. As I said, I'm not that hungry anyway. Okay, it says to do that later, but I'm just gonna do that now already because why would I do that when I have it filled? And that is to spread some butter onto the bread so that we don't need any in our pan. Some shredded cheese topped with pickles. I'm gonna try and use as many as possible, which is only 4. Is this gonna hold? It never tells me to add dills. I think I misread the recipe, or I was just like, since I don't have the dill infused cheese, I'm just gonna add some fresh dill to it. Then we add another layer of cheese. I feel like shredded cheese is very not good for this. We put the other slice on top, and this is all gonna fall apart, and I will hate every second of it. But we're gonna fry it in a pan now. Golden brown exterior and melted cheese is what we're looking for. My cheese on the inside isn't melting. Okay, I have a feeling I am not a certified cheese grilled maker. Yeah, but I know how to eat one. That would be enough is what I thought. Let's take it out of its misery. Here we go. I mean, it has melted a little bit on the inside. It's not falling apart though, so I mean, it looks good. Is it not just like a different version of a hamburger now? Without further ado, yeah, I mean some ketchup and mayo, and this is a hamburger. I don't know if I'm gonna cut it in, but I did have a hard time biting into the pickle. I do really enjoy the flavor. It definitely has to be seasoned a little bit, or maybe spiced up with some sauces. Flavor-wise, this is really nice. I like the sweetness of the pickle with the sweetness of the cheese as well. That is what I trained my legs for earlier today. By the way, earlier today at the gym, so just a little side note that has nothing to do with the video. This year I'm trying to learn how to do the splits. So I try and do this stretching routine every day, and I obviously did it right after my leg workout earlier today. I almost touched the ground. I swear, had I taken off my shoes, I might have been able to get down even further. But I'm afraid I might hit some sort of plateau soon. Whatever, let's make some more recipes. Unlike this sound suggests, we're not moving back. We're moving forward. We're moving on to a new trend, prediction, the future. And the future lies in cakes. In cakes, but not just any cake. No, we're gonna embrace chaos. Chaos cakes are what Pinterest predict will be a thing in 2025. And I feel like now that they've given it a term, they probably haven't coined the term, but this is where I first heard of it. I realized that I have come across some chaos cakes before and also really like them. They definitely give me kind of TikTok aesthetics, but then also Pinterest. So I think that could actually really be a thing. So it's not about being super perfect, but then I feel like that's what makes it hard to make a beautiful chaos cake at the same time, because these examples all still look pretty. I think there's an art to making this probably that I'm not sure I possess. I think I have more of like a perfectionist in me that'll make it hard to make a chaos cake, because I think in theory I should be better at making pretty cakes. Although I do struggle with that as well because I always want to do better than I'm able to. Whatever. We're gonna embrace the chaos now and hopefully make something that still looks visually appealing and beautiful. In terms of flavor, I think I'm gonna be relatively simple, and we're just gonna start off with our cake base, which obviously we're gonna need, and we're just gonna make a Stucker standard vanilla sponge cake. I think I've picked the simplest recipe that I could find, and here's what you need for that. In theory, you need 4 egg whites and 4 egg yolks, 175 grams of sugar, and about 8 grams of vanilla sugar, or just vanilla extract. I think I'm gonna add extra vanilla extract as well, just because I want it to be full of vanilla extract. 2 teaspoons of baking powder and 200 grams of flour, and that's it. You can preheat the oven to 175 Celsius. Let's start with the egg white until stiff. Then just add both types of sugar. Meringue. Then we just add the egg yolks. And again, I'm also gonna add extra vanilla. This looks so yummy. Then, whoa. Then of course the flour mix that I've also sifted because I was committed. Quite the thick batter. Just a baby. Batter goes in. And now into the oven it goes for 30 minutes. I mean, maybe. I think I'm gonna start checking after like 20 minutes because obviously I used less. So I've decided to make a mango buttercream. For that I used frozen mango. Well, first I tried it in the microwave, but that took too long, so I just used a pot to kind of make some sort of juice. I like crushed it and munched it and stuff, and then I sieved it and eventually just added some water to it so that we've got 400 milliliters of mango juice now, which should be mango flavored enough, but I've also defrosted some of the mango as well. I still have some puree, which is what we're gonna put in the middle, which hopefully will be good because honestly frozen mango isn't super duper great, is it? I still don't really know what I want my cake to look like, which is never how you start creating a cake, but maybe that's the chaos I'm living for. Anyway, I want my cake to be green and orange, so I want to make a very mid-century modern cake, which is why I think yellow is going to be a great base for our buttercream, because then I just have to add a little bit of blue to one part of it and a little bit of red to the other part. But first we obviously got to make the buttercream. For that we're going to make some sort of custard that we're then going to mix under our room temperature butter. This is 250 grams and a little less that I needed for grilled cheese sandwich and also for spring form. You need 40 grams of egg yolk, 60 grams of sugar, 35 grams of cornstarch, and a bit of salt. We can get started. I'm glad I never cleaned this pot because we can just make our custard in this now. So basically we're just gonna put all of the other ingredients into a pot. Also the egg yolks, of course, the sugar, and the cornstarch. I think I'm gonna use a whisk to properly mix this. Basically, we're just gonna put the pot on medium-high heat and keep stirring until we have a custard-like consistency. We're just gonna leave it there and take care of the butter first. I think it's gonna become a little bit thicker once it hardens, once it cools a little, and then we're gonna strain it because I do have some clumps in there. Well, now we're just gonna whip it, the butter, until it is smooth. Now we're gonna strain our custard in there. Okay. Oh. So, it was still too hot for the butter because it liquefied. It's not very good. Shit. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I'm not sure this can still be saved, so I'm just gonna let my other butter come to room temperature, and this I'm gonna put outside because it's cold outside, hoping that it solidifies a little bit. I don't think it's gonna happen. Guys, I made another buttercream, just a really simple one, just powdered sugar, vanilla extract, and butter, obviously. I don't know if I can save this. This looks like polenta. I mean, this is definitely more of a custard now. I think I could technically use it in between the layers. I do want this kind of consistency. So I'm gonna turn this green and orange. Okay, I've already cut it in the middle once. I've also flattened the top a little, also because I wanted to try the cake. It actually tastes pretty good. I do have a little bit of that good buttercream just so it doesn't move around too much. I'm gonna fill it with a bit of our custard. I was also thinking maybe I can just mix this with a good buttercream and then only have great buttercream, but I'm also scared it might ruin the good buttercream. I want to make a nice little layer, but also have a little bit of a border, because in the middle we can still put a little bit of our mango jam or whatever it is we've created. I'm not sure I've ever had a mango cake. I still have so much left of the bad buttercream. Bad bunny. Bad bunny, baby. This is about as much as this tiny cake can handle. The other half on top. Technically, I would like to cover it all with this buttercream now and then leave it to rest and set. But then I'd have to wait probably another 1.5 hours at least, which I don't really want to do. But I do have a design in mind. For that, I think it's okay to only do it with the other buttercream. Then again, you know what? I think I'm gonna turn this green so that we have a nice little base. I'm only gonna make like a very thin base that we can hopefully work on nicely. Put this outside into the cold while I'm coloring the other buttercream. Not what I was going for, but I also don't mind the two colors together. This looks fun. I don't even know if I have the type of oopsie that I want. I think it's this. I'm gonna put this on top of this, otherwise it'll be loud. Let's see if I know how to do what I want to do. I want to create these little swirls all on top. Well, it's definitely giving chaos. I did think I was gonna have enough for sides as well, but obviously I will not. Turns out, I definitely should have worried about the sides as well. Now it doesn't give chaos, does it? I'm gonna have to add some orange on top so that it kind of gives confetti, you know? From the sky drip like confetti. Okay, actually, it kind of is giving chaos cake now. So the sides, I don't really want to talk about it, so let's just not. Haha! We're not really celebrating anything, but I do have some candle. Purple also brings a little bit of chaos. You know, you might think, and rightfully so, 3 candles. Vincent, you hate odd numbers. And that is correct. But unfortunately, in decorating, odd numbers apparently are visually more appealing, but also we've only had one more of those candles and it was blue and I really didn't want to go for blue. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make little bows that we're going to wrap around the candles. You know what? Maybe one is enough though. Is that it? Oh no, like this you can see the side. I want you to only be able to see the top. I like the top. I hate the sides. Yay! I'm bringing the chaos. I'm bringing chaos back. Wow, it has never been so chaotic here. So that definitely makes me think that I've done a great job in making a chaos cake. See, that looks nice. I wasn't going for flavors with this anyway, but seeing as though the decoration also didn't quite work. You know what? It's actually quite tasty, but only if you get some of the mango. What a shame. I wish I hadn't fucked this up, the other buttercream. I don't know why I didn't even think of letting it cool down. I like the idea of this trend, and I would appreciate looking at a chaos cake. I don't know if I'm the best person to recreate them. Maybe in another life. Ali, are you ready for the last prediction? The last trend, which in America it probably has always been a thing, so I'm not sure in how far this can be more of a thing this year. Pinterest does predict that it will come in new flavors. Pinterest predicts that ice cream floats will become a big thing this year. Honestly, I'm not sure if I can get on board with this because ice cream floats always look like something I wouldn't ever want to drink. Mixing ice creams with a water-based something, juice or whatever, and especially carbonated, it just goes against everything that I have grown to be. But even just in general, I've just never really been the biggest fan of milkshake box. Maybe that is why there are no boys in my yard. But we'll see. I'm still open-minded, even though it sounds like I'm totally not. If I'm ever gonna like an ice cream float, then I'm gonna like this ice cream float because it involves coffee. Oh no, I didn't know that you have to cool this too. Maybe it works anyway. See, I never buy this sort of whipped cream. That's good enough. I'll just put it in the fridge until we need it. So you need whipped cream. We're actually gonna make a tiramisu ice cream float. And what makes a tiramisu is that you need tiramisu ice cream. The other thing that you need, which is something that's not very common in Germany, although I did find this in Germany and I had to order this online, is cream soda. You need cream soda. I don't really know what it is. This is sparkling vanilla flavored. I mean, maybe it's just carbonated vanilla. Do you think this will still be carbonated? It's fine, it's not that bad. Ew. You don't drink it on its own, do you? Ew. You also need a cookie or a wafer as garnish, or you just don't garnish it. Let's take this. We're gonna add 2 scoops of tiramisu ice cream, half a cup of chilled coffee. Beautiful. And then I guess it depends on how big your glass is. You're gonna add at least half a cup or 1 cup of this cream soda as well. So I added 1 cup, but it's also very fizzy. Now we just need whipped cream. So shockingly, I don't have wafer, so I'm just gonna put a bit of unsweetened cocoa on top. There you have it. I can get on board with how quickly you can make this. This is that. Do I mix this? I hate this. It tastes like sweet, fizzy coffee. I thought it was gonna be sweeter, honestly, because this cream soda is so sweet. It does give me tiramisu vibes, but I do not understand the fizziness in there. So I don't know if I can get on board. I hope this remains a prediction. My poor coffee. Guys, that was quite the experience as well. I could definitely see some of these sticking around. I could see ice cream floats being a thing on TikTok, definitely. Also pickles, I don't think will go anywhere. As for the chaos cakes, I'm excited to see more of them. I don't know why I wasn't able to bake the simplest cake. That's something I will talk to a professional about. Let me know what you guys predict will become a trend. I don't think it's something you typically think about at all. I challenge you to think about that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video though. Entonces, nos vemos la próxima vez. Bye.